Raven.
And I'm Faranir. And this is the podcast where we try to answer the question, can two creatives really break free from the 9-to-5 grind and find success in a more fulfilling creative life? If you have any questions for us on any of the topics we're about to cover or any feedback on the show in general, we'd love to hear from you. So feel free to email us at creativequestcontact@gmail.com or leave any comments in YouTube if you're watching over on there. We'd love to hear from you, and we can take your feedback to improve the show moving forward. So feel free. With that out of the way, how are we doing?
Well, I've noticed that it is our 1 year podcast anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
Put some like little celebration effects.
Some fireworks. Oh, yeah.
And it's episode 20, which is a nice round number.
It is.
For the 1 year anniversary.
It's worked out very well. Mm-hmm. We started last October, and I don't know where the time's gone, honestly. It's flown by.
It's gone really fast.
It's gone by really fast.
I don't feel like we've been doing this for a year.
No, I don't. It's crazy. Time flies when you're having fun.
It's been a mad year.
It's been the craziest year.
And it's about to get madder.
It really is. It really is.
With it being the 1 year anniversary and the 20th episode, what have we been up to, my sweet?
Great question. Not a great deal this time, honestly, because we went to Disneyland.
Hey.
We had a wonderful holiday. We had 10 days in France, and we just had the best time of our lives. Disneyland was incredible. And then we left Disneyland and went to Paris for 5 days and had an equally amazing time.
Yes.
And we feel great.
I got to introduce you to all my favourite foods, some of my favourite places.
Yep.
All the fun things. Get to see all the lovely sights.
And I loved it.
All the famous, because like a lot of tourist locations in Paris are used a lot in films. So we went to the Étoile, which is used in which film was it that you really loved?
John Wick 4.
Yes, you told me I've got to watch it. There's a good scene that happens around.
You'll love it. It's a masterpiece.
Around that. So yeah, nice to see all that. And like, because often my favourite gallery is the L'Orangerie, which is like Monet's gallery in Paris, and I always tell Faranir about it. I'm like, it's my favourite thing. It's so pretty. Like, I can't wait to take you one day. And after 4 years, I was able to take you.
Finally did it, and I loved it.
It was so good. I'm so glad that you loved it as well.
Yeah.
I was like, if you hate it now, I've really bigged it up. This is really terrible.
Yeah, it was so good. It was the best holiday I've ever had. Disneyland was incredible. It's just magical.
So magical. What was your favourite ride?
It's got to be Pirates of the Caribbean.
I don't need too much, I'll get copyright.
It's just so nice. It's so fun. You know, it wasn't like the most thrilling thing in the world. Like, it's not a hardcore roller coaster or anything.
It's just the right amount.
But those 2 little drops they give you.
It's got a little.
Yeah.
And then there's loads of like scenery, and there's a doggo, and there's a catto, and it's all just fun,
so
and
good.
there's singing, and it's
so happy.
So good. It's so good.
And Star Tours as well. That was brilliant.
Yeah, I can't do that one because my eyes don't work.
Yeah.
I can't see with 3D glasses.
It's a shame.
It does not work for me.
It's a shame. 'Cause the Spider-Man one was fun as well, so you can't do that either.
Oh, was that 3D glasses
as
well?
It was, yeah. So it wouldn't have worked for you, I'm afraid.
One day. Well, it won't be one day because you literally cannot fix my eye. It's just gone. You may notice my lazy eye today because we normally film, I would say, between the hours of 12 and 4 p.m. Today we are filming at 1 minute to 10 p.m. And as I get tired, my left eye just gives up and it just drifts. Come watch, if you're listening to this, come over to YouTube and check out my lazy eye. It's very entertaining, and you'll notice through the next half an hour it just buggering off over there. Don't know what's over here, but it's interested in it, and it has been my whole life, and it cannot be fixed.
If that doesn't get people moving over to YouTube, I don't know what will.
That'll be like our channel trailer.
Yeah.
On like, you know, you have the Spotify trailer episode. Yeah. That'll be it.
Come check out my lazy eye.
Come check out my lazy eye and watch it just bugger off.
Oh, it's so funny. It's so funny.
But yes, we've had a lovely time. We did a minimum of 24,000 steps per day, which was hardcore, especially for me since I was doing like a sit-down office job for the past 4 years. I've only been at my new job for like a month and a half. And that's only walking into town like 3 days a week. Mm-hmm. As at least you do like a lot of steps every day.
Yeah, it's not too much more for me. I mean, I am aching and I am exhausted. But I feel good mentally. And I'm really happy for what's coming ahead.
I feel rested and restored mentally, but my legs would kindly like to stop.
Yeah, I just need a good day off now.
Someone at work today was saying like they needed an excuse to get up and walk around the office for a minute, and I was like, nope. I was like, I've loved coming into the office today because I get to have an excuse to sit still.
I wish I could do the same.
Not move them. I was like, this is the best day of the week. I just get to sit still. It was so nice. So good. Yeah, as for you, you've been straight back to work, haven't you?
Yes, it's been exhausting. I don't get a day off until Sunday. It's currently Wednesday, and I don't get a day off until Sunday.
And you only have one chair.
And I only have one
in your workplace.
Yeah, and I don't get to sit on it because I'm always walking around. So it's not fair.
Oh, it's not fair. You poor baby. At least you get to sit down to film this.
That's true. This is the most rest I've had all day.
And you got to sit down to eat little fish and chips before we came home.
That's true. It's not all bad news.
It's not all bad.
In fact, there's some quite good news. Should we shuffle into that one?
Let's just segue into that.
Segue into that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, we have actually managed to achieve something quite spectacular. And it's quite fitting that it's happened 1 year in.
Yeah.
On episode 20, a nice bold round number. I've quit my job. Done. I did the most gangster thing of my life. And I handed in my notice and then ran off to Disneyland.
You did like the ultimate mic drop.
It is a perfect mic drop.
Walked out.
Boom, gone.
I'm off to Disney.
Off Disneyland.
Bye.
Peace. I can't believe it.
I wonder how many people have quit their job and just gone to Disneyland.
Yeah.
I bet it's more than you'd think. I think a lot of people just have...
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'd love to find a statistic on that.
Yeah. If you too have quit your job and gone to Disneyland, let us know in the comments.
Crazy.
We'd love to know. How did it go for you?
Yeah,
what was it like? What's the experience? Yeah.
I can recommend it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like a burden has been lifted. So I obviously handed in my notice. I didn't just quit and disappear and never come back. So my last day will be around the 23rd of November. So I've got about a month away. And then I'm free. You've got 23 more work days. Yeah. Not that I'm counting or anything. I'm counting. Yeah. So that's it. That is our big news. That is like one of the main goals that we had when doing this. So obviously a few months back, Raven quit her job, her toxic, mind-numbing, soul-crushing job. Yeah. And moved into a part-time job that she thoroughly loves. Flashbacks and rocking in my chair. If you want to watch Raven have a mental breakdown, come watch on YouTube. Really selling it today. So yeah, now it's my turn. Yeah. I've done it. And it was a hard decision. Like, it was always the goal, but that didn't make it easy. No. And I thought it would, but it was actually really hard because leaving now leaves a lot of people that I care about quite badly in the lurch because it's like peak Christmas time coming up. And if you work in retail, you'll know that is not a time you want someone important leaving. And given that I am/was a manager, not like top level manager, but assistant manager kind of thing, it's quite bad. So I feel terrible for it, honestly, and it was really hard, but it was the right thing to do. And it was the right thing to do for many reasons, because we have a lot of plans, and they're finally starting to come together, because we bought the house, and then we've been doing the renovations, and they're all coming up now. They're almost there. Like, we can see it. We're like weeks away from getting in and starting everything we've been dreaming of all this time. And the one thing that's been holding us back more than anything over the last year is my job. Because I needed anywhere from 7:30 in the morning to 8:30 in the evening. Could be any day of the week. Doesn't matter. I have not got a single time in the entire week where I can say, yeah, I'll be free then. Yeah. You used to have a schedule that would only be disrupted if someone was on holiday. That was like higher up or like covered awkward hours, which is understandable, and I think everyone has a job that's kind of like that. So generally you'd know that you had Wednesdays and Sundays off of work, and that would only change if someone was on holiday, and you would then know that they were on holiday far in advance. So you'd know that so-and-so was going on holiday over the last 2 weeks of August, and you'd know it'd only be disrupted for the last 2 weeks of August.
as for the past year,
feels like it.
I feel like a year, you've had to be available from 7:30 to 8:30 every single day, with no consistency on your day off, no consistency on evenings or mornings, no consistency if you even get a day off on the weekend. And obviously I only had weekends off as well, so sometimes you'd get like a Monday and a Thursday, which was like, you can't do anything of that.
Great,
because I'm working until 5, and my previous job was so draining that even though we technically had the evening, I just wanted to sit still and just zone out and watch TV or something. I just didn't want to, didn't feel up to streaming or something, and after those kind of days. So like before then, we used to stream every Sunday, didn't we?
Yeah.
Because we knew that you had Sunday off.
Exactly.
But we haven't done that for, I'd say, 8 months.
It's been a very long time. Been a very long time.
Maybe, yeah. I think from Comic-Con, I don't think we've had a consistent Sunday stream.
Nope.
But only because of that.
Yeah, literally.
That's it.
My job has been such an obstacle.
Yeah.
There's just, and not just for the streaming stuff as well, like
just any existence.
For my photography stuff, for everything I try to do, it's like, no, work's
if you want to
that.
go out for food one evening or see your siblings and just chill, just
it's just been impossible.
Just have a time, exist basically.
We've had some spectacular things recently, like the harvest moon, and loads of photographers went out and took beautiful photos of it, and did extremely well for it. I was stuck at work.
Yeah.
We had storms battering where we live, and that also resulted in wonderful photos that went viral. I was stuck at work that day. As I've missed out on so many things because I'm just stuck at work at stupid times that I can never account for.
I think nearly everyone, even when they have a job they love, can say that their job gets in the way of them doing things they want to do, because that's just
the nature of it.
That's just being an adult and having a job. It's just how it is. But yours has generally been like, you've not been able to plan anything.
No.
You can't say that you'll go visit your mum.
Yep.
Can't say that you go out for dinner.
Yep.
Can't say certainly what day we can go to the cinema.
Mm-hmm.
What day we'll cook a meal at home together. You've literally had to base any time around work. And then because it's been so erratic and not having set days off, you've then been exhausted on the days that you do have off.
Yeah.
And it's been like that for about a year, which I think is just so insane. Okay, yeah, it's like that over Christmas. But what do you do if you want to go to a club?
Yeah.
Have a hobby.
That's it. That's
have
not
any interests. It's just so unrealistic. It's mad.
Insane.
It is mad.
And the company that I work for doesn't realise what an ask that is.
No.
Our area manager does not care at all. They think that's how it should be.
Yeah.
But we're not paid anymore for that.
No.
And it's effectively we're on call all the time, it feels like.
Yeah.
Because any time I could have to be at work.
Yeah.
And they've cut the resource so much that now our team is smaller than ever. So if I do get an opportunity to come up at short notice, there's no one I can swap with.
No.
Because there's not enough people left to swap with.
No.
I have no flexibility whatsoever.
Including up to when you're poorly. Because we had COVID in August. You had to work, was it 9 or 11 days in a row?
Something like that.
With COVID. And you couldn't take any time off.
Nope. Because there was no one there to cover. Which is just
insane.
It's they've let it get to that point.
Insane. I know retail's bad. But the past year where you've been, it's just insane.
It is.
It's insane.
I've never known anything like it.
So this decision's been a long time coming.
It's been a very long time coming.
Both of us have been, until me recently, in a job that was just almost inexcusable.
Yeah.
And we've been telling ourselves every day it's for the house. It's for the house. We're doing it to get the mortgage. We're doing it to get the house. And then the house was delayed by 6 months. Otherwise, we would have looked at leaving our job 6 months ago.
Yeah. That's the thing. We didn't expect to be doing this in November.
No. I mean, it lined up really well for me because the job I had been doing part-time then became a permanent permanent also part-time, but like more set hours kind of part-time, not on weekends and evenings time.
And better paying too.
And better pay as well, yeah. So that, you know, it did end up lining really well for me. But like everything's been delayed because of that. And even before then, like we were looking for a house for so long and just like nothing was coming, but it was like insanely expensive for like absolute wreck of a house. And we were like, we're staying for the mortgage, because you have to have 6 months of consistent earnings in order to get a mortgage. So you can't go moving jobs and being in probation. You just can't do it. So we were like, put it off. And now we have the house, and all of the major building work's done now. It's like there's nothing to.
It's within reach.
Stop being able to leave.
Yeah. And the other thing is there's going to be further drama at my workplace over the next couple of months, because our store manager is going to have to be off work for about 3 months. So I was kind of forced into doing it now rather than in January when I'd hoped to do it, because otherwise I'd be stuck there until March.
Yeah, and it meant that we've got Comic-Con planned in November, and we've got 2 concerts in February, and then another concert in March.
That's it.
And you wouldn't have been able to do any of them.
No, that's it. Because I'd have to cover, because our boss wouldn't be there. So now they're having to replace me at the worst possible time, and I do genuinely feel a bit terrible. But that's what comes to you when you treat people like that. It's of their own
making.
Yeah.
And I think that's the hard decision. Like, I felt similar with my work, is that I've got people that I work with that I really enjoy working with them. Well, I worked with them. And I had a lot of respect for them, a lot of time for them. And I genuinely wanted to make things better for everyone there. And I wanted to do well. You know, it wasn't like I didn't care. Like, I was passionate about it. I did want to do well in that environment. I wanted everyone to do well. But they continuously set it up to make it difficult, to make it unfair, to make it, like... Unbearable, yeah. To make it toxic, you know? And so making that decision, like, even though I knew it was the right decision, it was hard, you know? Because then you're leaving someone else in a tougher situation as well.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the end of the day, it's not your burden to bear. It's a systematic problem within higher up that's entirely out of your control.
Yeah.
And it's really sad that people you care about have to take some of the footfall for it. But, you know, there's nothing you could do to change it, because you've tried.
That's it,
That's the thing. You've tried. You've done everything you can to make it better. And so this decision, it's not like I've had a breakdown, I'm quitting my job, I'm going to Disney. This has been coming for a long time. And the past year of events has really put fuel to the flame on reasons to leave. And mine was very much the same, is that it was bad, but kind of like be able to put up with it. And the past year, it's just like, this is insane.
This can't go on like this.
Insane, yeah, for sure.
So that's it. It's done.
That's it.
So that means around November 23rd, so a month from today, I will be free.
Yeah. I mean, we sound like a little bit doom and gloom there, because thinking about what we've put up with is just so crap.
Yeah, it's heavy.
It's heavy. And I feel for anyone who's still in that situation. I mean, I've been out of my horrible job since July, but fully, safely out of it since September, because I did 2 months of sick leave, like a month and a half sick leave, and then I actually left, like, didn't have the stuff for it on my desk. And I feel so much better. Like, I don't wake up every morning feeling dread. And I just, like, boggles me.
Yep.
So that was the situation that we were in, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, how? And it being, like, excused as well, like, yeah, that's fine. That's normal. Yeah, great.
It's like, it doesn't have to be normal, though.
No.
It really doesn't.
I think it's something that we both noticed when we were speaking to, like, friends and family, like, wider, like, groups of people about us leaving jobs that we weren't happy in. They were like, oh, yeah, but no one's happy in their job. And it's like, that's not normal.
That's not right.
Maybe when you're a temp as a student working, like, summer in, like, crappy retail, stocking shelves at 3 a.m. But you're not meant to feel unhappy all the time in your work forever.
It's like, why do people just accept that? Like, they just have to do a job that they hate, that doesn't give them any of the things they want, but they're just going to do it and not even try and improve things.
And that's different to sometimes putting up with jobs being stressful and difficult to get to a better place, because that's normal. And every job has its downsides. Every job has its difficult day. Doesn't matter what you do, doesn't matter how lovely it is. Every job's going to have a day that's hard. But it's not meant to be like that every single day. No. It's not meant to make you wake up and dread going in.
No, exactly.
Every day.
It's just not right.
It's not normal. So yeah, I'm pleased for you. I'm really excited. Baby. I'm really proud of you that you've been able to do this.
It's a big decision. Yeah. But it was the right one to make.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's the right time.
For sure.
For sure.
It's also like one of those things, like, when's the right moment to do it?
Yeah.
You know, because you could say, oh, well, once this is done, once we've reached this goal. Like, the house was a very measurable thing. We physically couldn't do it until we got the house, because we've mentioned before, if you've not been listening to this for a while, if you're self-employed and you get a mortgage, you basically have to have consistent earnings for 2 years, which is, you know, that takes time. If you set up a small business, it takes time to get 2 years of consistent earnings that are the equivalent of contracted earnings, like minimum wage, to be able to get a mortgage. So it was either stay in the jobs we didn't like to get the mortgage, then we could leave, and then because we purposefully got a 5-year mortgage, which means we pay more per month for the next 5 years than we would if we had a shorter term. But it means we get 5 years to get good earnings rather than 2 to 3 years.
Yep.
So it works out better.
Gives us some more wiggle room, doesn't it? To get running.
For sure. And like it's almost like paying a security deposit. Like you pay more to have more leeway in the amount of time it takes to change. So that's why we hadn't done all this sooner. Otherwise, we'd done it ages ago. But like we knew that we had to get a house because where we live, rent is double the mortgage rate, and the mortgage rate here is already very high for the price of the properties. Yep. And for the amount of space we wanted as well, like our studio space, being able to make it our own, attach like stuff to the walls and things, which we could have done in like a rented place. So yeah, it was always a known that we'd have to buy somewhere. So now that we've done that, the 5 years has begun. July 2024.
The clock is ticking.
The clock is ticking, and now you've left, or you're leaving.
Yep. So then that leaves what comes next. So I'm going to leave my job and just live a life of luxury. I'm just going to stay in bed all day, playing all the video games I haven't had time to play over the last 13 years. Doesn't sound so bad when I put it that way.
No.
But no, seriously, I'm going to be working harder than ever, really. But it's going to be totally different because it'll be working on things I actually enjoy and am passionate about. And things that will earn us money instead of making our CEO richer than ever and our area manager richer than ever for doing absolutely nothing. Yeah.
Not that you're salty about it.
No, not at all. Not at all. So yeah, that's the main primary goal, is just to keep working harder than ever on all the things we've talked about on this podcast for the last year. So all of the photography, the video editing, the YouTube stuff, the streaming, the what else do we do? I've forgotten. All of the jewellery making, the painting, all of the arts and crafts stuff.
Yeah, cosplay.
Yeah, all of it.
Podcast, I think it's that one.
Like, each and every one of them is a revenue stream in itself.
Yeah.
And it's like, each one doesn't have to make a huge amount individually.
No.
Because if we're doing a bit of all of them, then we're probably going to be absolutely fine either way.
Yeah.
So obviously some will do better than others.
Yeah.
And we can prioritise those as we start to work out what those are. And go from there. But either way, each and every one is something we enjoy and want to do more of. So I think it's the right decision to make. And we've been sensible about it. We have money saved up to cover all the bills for the next 6 months.
And I earn enough part-time. I earn more part-time than I did when I worked full-time in my cray-cray job.
That's wild. That is the best thing ever.
It is good.
That really helps.
It is good. And so yeah, we figured out because our new house is still like going under construction. We've not lived in it yet, so we don't know exactly what our electric will be, our gas, our water, all that sort of stuff, utilities sort of thing. But we know what the utilities for where we currently live is, and the house is much bigger, so the water's the same, but the amount of like heating that it takes is significantly more, and the amount of electric as well. So we've based like roughly what our monthly outgoings are, like the essentials, you know, living comfortably, but also the essentials.
Yeah.
So that's like including things like still having subscriptions to like Netflix and Final Fantasy, you know, things that we enjoy.
Yeah.
But will be cheaper because we won't be paying as high of like a gas and electric
exactly
in our new place as it is here. So we're all good. We're all fine. It's still like a big scary thing, but
it's a massive leap of faith, isn't it? It really is, especially when like you start explaining it to people and they're like, that sounds wild, like, you know, how are you going to make money if you don't have a job? It's like, no, we're still really going to have jobs. It's just going to be personal and enjoyable and you know, what we want to do, which is the crazy idea, you know, a more fulfilling creative life.
What's that? Whoa. Doing something you enjoy?
I know, it's unheard of. Like so
in
many
this
people.
day and age? What?
It's like people don't even try to do that sometimes. I know so many people that just get on with things they hate every day, and it's like, what do you actually want to do? What do you enjoy doing? Why don't you try and do that? So we're going to be crazy and try and do that.
Yeah, and it's not even like doing that necessarily for income, but being in a job that allows you to do things you enjoy, like even in the evenings, like where I currently work now, working part-time allows me the time to rest and recover because I've got chronic fatigue syndrome. I'm not meant to work crazy hours, but I've also got time to come home and, you know, do a hobby, have an interest, and not like fret over it, you know. So it's not even like you have to monetize your interests. It's just being in a position where you can have more value to your life than working a grind.
Exactly.
You know, like you can actually do more and enjoy like existing rather than just waking up, going to work, showering, eating, sleeping.
Sure.
Waking up, going to work, shower, eating, sleeping. You know, like it's just, you know, and some people are happy with that, that's fine. But so many people aren't happy with that. And there's not enough kind of societal motivation to go, hang on a minute, this is a bit mad.
That's it.
Like, you know, like maybe we should stop doing this, everyone. But maybe.
It's nuts, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like we're all stuck in such a routine and a habit of it that we don't even stop to think about what else you could do instead.
Yeah.
Which is just nuts.
Yeah. I know when I first talked about it to my mum, she was a bit like that. I don't think she was intentional like it, but she was like, well, everyone does jobs they don't like. And I was like, but imagine if we didn't have to. She was like, oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I've got to say, with people I've told that I do streaming lately too, are like, oh, that's awesome. Like, that, because sometimes people are like, that's weird, you know? Or like if I've said, I want to make money off of selling my art and all this sort of thing, people are like, but art isn't really a job, is it? Being an artist, it's not really a job. Yeah. I've not had that recently. So like with my new job, I told someone, they were like, can't remember how it came up, but I said that I do streaming. And they were so interested. And like, oh, that's awesome, you know? And they're like, what do you do? I was like, well, I play games and I do art streams. Like, do you stream your art? And I was like, yeah, you know. And I've told like quite a bit of like family recently, and they're like, oh, that's awesome. Like, can I follow you? You know, like they're like really engaged and interested, and there's no like weirdness about it. No. They're like, oh, that's awesome. Like, it's great that you can do that, and that you can actually imagine yourself being in a position like we're not going to only stream. But it's like it's a part of a bigger picture. Yeah. You know? And people like, I feel like there's been a switch in attitude towards the goal that we have. And people aren't like, you're insane. And they're more like, oh, it's awesome that you can do that, which I think is really, really nice.
It is good. I've definitely had a bit of both. I've had some people that are a lot like that, and some people that are like, ooh, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
Or possible. But we're going to prove them wrong, so it's fine. It doesn't matter. Good times ahead.
Yeah.
So basically, the next few episodes are going to be very interesting. It's going to be a whole new chapter of the podcast.
Yeah.
It's like phase 2, isn't it?
Phase 2. Yeah. I mean,
season 2.
I'm sure we could like find a snippet from the first episode where it's like, what are our goals? And it's like, quit our job, buy a house.
Yeah.
We've done them. They're like the big 2.
Yeah.
They are the big 2.
They were.
And in terms of like income as well, as long as we're earning enough to pay like mortgage and utilities.
Yeah.
Like the pressure of income is so much less once you've got the house.
Exactly.
Which is hilarious because surely having a house should be more expensive than not having a house. But for some reason, like obviously things can go wrong in a house and you've got to pay for it. Yeah. But the consistency you need to get the house is so much worse than the consistency of once you have the house.
Yeah, once you're in, you don't have to worry about it so much.
Yeah.
As long as you get enough to pay that bill each time, you're all good.
Yeah, for sure.
Ah, dear.
We're doing
Feels
it,
like
baby.
a weight has been lifted. We're doing it.
I know.
High five. Boom.
You're leaving.
Good news.
You're leaving.
Yep.
You'll be able to make me coffee all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
Me little drinky.
And I'm going to live stream Joey, so you can watch him when you're at work. And
I'll put it. We've got a projector at work that we can hook the laptop up to.
That would be great.
I'll put him. I'll be like, guys, look, it's my cat.
He's licking his balls.
Joey, put it away. My work's watching. He would do that as soon as I like showed any co-worker.
He would.
They'd be like, give him some old razzle dazzle.
Yeah, it's his favourite.
Oh, it's good. It's really exciting. I'm in shock that we're in this position.
Me too.
I didn't think it would happen.
No, I thought it would take longer.
Yeah.
I definitely thought it would take longer. But here we go.
I remember when we set out our goals for the year, I was like, yeah, that's a bit steep, innit? That's a bit, yeah, that's not going to happen. And I'm like, shit, we've fucking quit our jobs and bought a house.
Yep. All the dominoes have fallen into place. It's gone really well.
Just got a bit more house to do and then we're good.
Well, that brings us on to our next topic. Do you want to tell us about that?
Yeah. So, we went to the house today and we filmed episode 3 of the house renovation journey series, which is very exciting and a lot has happened.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, all the walls and ceilings have been replaced. We have 1 square metre of ceiling above the hallway, and that is the only original ceiling from when we bought it. So it's been quite a journey and quite a money pit as well.
Yes.
But the good news is that we are on the other side of the money pit, and we're on to the decorating and final details phase.
Yeah. Oh, it's looking so good.
So, this week and next, the kitchen's being fit, and then the bedroom's been painted and the floor's been done. So I've got to do another layer of wax on the floor and another bit of paint on the walls in some places. And then we can build the bed. And then we can stay overnight. It's very exciting. We have a ton of appliances being delivered on Saturday. We have, get ready, a tumble dryer, a washing machine, a fridge freezer, an oven, an induction hob, an extractor, and an extractor cabinet, all being delivered on Saturday.
Damn.
Different deliveries. Anytime from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. So that's going to be my Saturday. But it's fine, I'll paint the house and stuff, it's fine, there's lots to do.
Yeah.
So that's really good because that's like the last big delivery. We've bought all of our glass cabinets for our office, for our lovely figures, make it look like a Forbidden Planet. Our desks we already bought like 2 years ago, maybe a little more at this rate.
We were a bit keen on that one, weren't we?
The bed's already bought and it's there, so we can put that up. I said that a minute ago. So yeah, once we've got to empty the office, it's got a few bits and bobs in there, and then we can do the floor in there, paint it, and that's it. I feel like the day we can move the internet is like the big one.
Yeah, for sure.
Then we can work there, and that'll be like a huge thing.
Definitely.
So yeah, we're almost there.
Yeah,
we're almost
won't be long now.
Almost there. There's just I reckon it's going to be a couple more weeks.
Yep.
And it's what's nice, a bit daunting, but nice, is that it's more on our terms now. So before it's been very much how long the builders take to do things. With this bit now, it's how much effort and work we want to put in it. And we also get to decide at what point we think it's ready to move into.
Yep.
You know? So every evening and day off now is just going to be working on that. And hopefully it'll be in by my 25th. On November the 25th.
Yeah, that's the main aim, isn't it? As long as we're in by then, I think we're in the right place. For sure. And that'll be around the time that I finish at work, so then I'll be free every day to get in there and really hammer out the details.
Yeah, I've definitely said to Faranir, like, between leaving your job and Christmas, it's like, just work on the house and you time.
Yep.
Like, once the essentials of the house are done, just chill.
Yeah.
Take a break.
That's it. Rest up after 13 years of pain.
Yeah. And if you want to do loads of the house, great. If you don't want to do loads of the house,
that's it.
just have a little sit down. Put your little feet up. Once you've built a sofa to put your feet up on, put your little feet up.
That's it.
So yeah, have a nice little catch up on the house and rest between now and Christmas. And then the new year, we've got a ton of new things happening. You can do photography full time. We've got my jewellery and art and graphic design and all the fun things.
Our Etsy store is going to be lit.
Yeah, it's going to be
It's going to be so good. I can't wait. I really can't wait. It's going to be great. I'm going to be like your little shop assistant.
Oh.
Packaging and shipping all your little packages.
It's so good.
It's going to be brilliant.
I used to do Etsy as like my only income. And it's been quite a while now, so I'm like really excited to do it again.
I bet.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Really cool.
It'd be nice to sell my artwork again. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Which means more art streams.
Yeah. Loads more art streams.
Loads more art streams.
We're going to have such a diverse little range of supplies after a little while, aren't we? We've got lots of ideas coming. Lots of ideas.
It's going to be so good.
Going to make some small investments in tools and hardware.
Yeah.
And get cracking. It's going to be brilliant. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Oh, dear.
I'm so excited. Can't believe it's happening.
I know, baby.
It's weird to talk about.
Happening.
It's weird to talk about.
It's no longer a pipe dream.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's been a dream for so long that I'm just sort of like, you sure?
What's the catch?
What's happening? You know, like something's about to go suspicious. You know. So yeah, I'm real happy, really excited.
Good.
I can't wait.
Me too. It's gonna be the best time ever. And then, what else have we been up to?
Last time, we said that we had got 635 subscribers, thanks to the ad that we had done. How much was the ad again? Can't remember the price.
£20.
20 whole British pounds. That's now finished, and that has landed on 1,123 subscribers. So almost doubled. Which is brilliant.
It was brilliant. It was so fun watching it just grow and grow and grow. Every time I looked at my phone, it just kept growing. Brilliant.
I think we should do it again.
We probably should do it.
This is the thing now, is normally we plan content to go out whilst we're away, and we didn't this time because it was just so hectic.
Yeah,
and now we have the last bits of the house to do, but we also need to do content. So it's like...
It's so hard.
Like,
it's not enough hours in the
house
day.
Video, podcast, Disneyland, Paris.
I got like 3 photo shoots I need to edit.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
There's so much to do.
Yeah. Never been busier. But we're having a great time.
At least we have the laptop so we can move around with it.
Yeah, exactly. At least there's that. So yes, it's all coming together. So once the third episode of the house vlog is done, we'll give that a couple of weeks to flourish on its own and see how it's doing naturally, and then we'll put
coins
some coins behind it.
Some little monies.
And then we'll see how far that one can go. But I have noticed since we did that our views have been steadily growing on a lot of our videos ever since.
That's good.
So we're constantly getting a nice steady little trickle through now, even though there's no money behind anything. So it's definitely had an effect. So I think I mentioned last time or the time before that we were concerned that maybe YouTube was being a bit sneaky with some bots to, artificially inflate your numbers to make it look like it was worth spending money.
To make you pay more.
Exactly.
Keep doing it.
Yes, but since then, a lot of the subscribers we've gained have showed up as real profiles, because we did mention that you can see some of them if they've got a particular box checked that lets you view them. And at the time of recording the last one, none of them were showing up, so it did look suspicious. But since then, a lot of them have showed up, so you can tell that they're real profiles. And it's definitely made a difference because we're getting a lot more views coming through for it. So it is worth it.
Good.
So that is good news.
Good.
So that's what we've been up to over the last crazy 2 weeks with all the drama and holiday stuff. So what are we doing next? Well, I'm going to continue as normal until my last day of work a month from now. So I'm going to be, as we've just discussed, panicking to try and squeeze in as much as humanly possible with the 16 hours a day I'm given not sleeping. It's going to be a lot of work, but I'm going to keep it going because we've got a lot to do. So the main job first is for you.
Edit the house video. Episode 3, after this.
Yep.
I'm going to start.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to edit this. And then once I'm done doing that, I'm going to move straight onto our Disneyland and Paris videos. So we tried so hard to try and get loads of footage while we were on holiday. And I think we did pretty well, to be fair. We got a lot of stuff. So we covered loads of the rides, the food, the general atmosphere, all the costumes. We got loads of it. Like our whole experience, we kind of captured really well. And we ended it with a little sit-down video with our camera and proper microphones to kind of chat everyone through what we've been up to. And so I'm going to combine all of that with the individual clips we took. And hopefully we're going to come out with a nice little something special that will show you exactly how amazing our holiday was.
I'm really keen to see it. We haven't done a holiday blog like this before.
No.
Vlog. So I'm really excited to see how it turns out.
Me too. I'm really hopeful for
and
it.
And take notes from it for next time as well.
Exactly. This is like a trial run because we've got a few things coming up.
Lead into my next point, which is the next thing, is that we have Comic-Con Birmingham in November/December. And we've got creator passes for that. Both of us have got creator passes.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to make the most of that 3 days. We're taking as much content as we can from it. We've got some ideas, but if you have any other ideas as well, if you want to see anything in particular at Comic-Con, anything you'd like to see us do, anything in the run-up to that as well, give us a shout. But yeah, I'm really keen for that. Because the last few times we've been to Comic-Con, we've been so busy and we've only had like 1 or 2 days there that it's not been like enough time to really make the most out of content. We did better last time. We did good photos of my cosplay and good video.
They were good.
But before then, we were like struggling for it. This is a more quiet convention. It's a bit smaller, and we've only got the 3 days. We've got the full 3 days. So we can make the most of it this time. It'll be really exciting.
Back at London Comic Con in May, we did decide 2 days was not enough. Like, it was barely enough to get around and see everything they had to offer. Never mind find time to actually make content as well. So we're definitely going to make the most of the 3 days this time around, and probably going to end up doing 3 days at all the future ones we go to as well. Because then at least we can have a good chunk of time to just focus on the content, make some really cool stuff. I've got plenty of ideas already, and we're going to come up with as much as we can and really make the most of it, which is going to be hard because we're going to be seeing lots of friends there as well. So it's going to be a fine line between checking out every single stall, catching up with friends, and making some cool stuff. But we're going to make it work. So yeah, the Disneyland and Paris videos are going to be the first trial run for our new little plan moving forward. And then we're going to improve on that straight away by going to Comic-Con. I can't wait.
Yes. And then the last sort of thing is we just got to finish off the housework. To move by end of November.
Yep. That's the main
it's
goal.
It's a lot, but it's doable.
It is.
And I got to remake my Vieira ears. Again. For the 3rd time. And I got to fix my wig in place as well. But
third time's the charm. It'll be fine.
Last time, I got half of it better, half of it less good. Like, the bits that I found easy last time, I didn't bother with because I was like, oh, they're easy. And then I didn't leave them enough time for them to be easy. Yeah. So then they were a bit naff. So this time, do them again, make them a little bit smaller, and we're Gucci.
They were quite big, weren't they?
All good.
They were quite big. A little bit smaller, I think they'll be just right.
Yeah.
It's coming on. You'll perfect it this time. So, let's wrap this up. What was the highlight of your fortnight?
Disneyland.
Easy one.
Easy.
One.
Disneyland, Paris, that whole trip. Well, basically, it was my fortnight.
Yep. Yeah, it literally was.
It was. That is my fortnight.
10, 11 days.
No, it was amazing. I can have a more specific one.
Oh, yeah?
Those coffee puddings in the glass jars.
Oh, yeah.
From Carrefour.
You did like
If you go to France, find a Carrefour, go to the dessert area, and get the Carrefour puddings that come in a glass jar that are kind of in the shape of a Winnie the Pooh honey pot. Get them, because they are like the best things ever. And I hadn't had one for 10 years, and I'd had a craving the whole time. I finally could have them again. So yeah, super happy. And I got you the chocolate ones because you don't like coffee.
I was just going to say, I had the chocolate ones, and they were divine. They were so smooth and rich and tasty. They were like, they're so hard to describe. They were so soft and smooth. They were like jelly, but creamy. They were magical.
It's like really a custard mousse jelly cream hybrid.
Yeah.
I don't even know. They're so
beautiful.
Good.
They were beautiful.
And I had a ham and cheese baguette every day. every day. But they're so much better.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but every part of it is so much better.
Yep. I did love all the food in Disneyland, to be fair.
I liked my little Jafar macaroon.
That was cute.
That was nice. That was really nice. And the Rainforest Cafe. Oh,
yeah.
That burger was the best burger I've ever had.
It was probably one of the best burgers I've ever had. Top 2 for sure. It was amazing. Favourite ride?
It's always Pirates. Always Pirates of the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
It was the first time I went to Disney. Was this time.
Yep.
But close second was Ratatouille ride. That was brilliant.
It was quite good.
I loved that. It was so good. It was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do that again and again. I really liked the Buzz Lightyear one.
Yeah,
that was really fun.
That was a good time.
I'm trying to remember the Haunted House. Work of art.
So clever.
But yeah, I think if I could, like, the one I always want to do last, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Leave with that memory. You can smell it. Think of the smell.
I love the smell. I can. When you walk down, you finally get to that bottom level. It's like, oh, there it is.
You can just smell it.
Hits you. Yeah, something about it.
It's just a magical Pirates of the Caribbean Disney ride smell.
Yeah.
It's just so good. It just makes you so happy. Oh. What was your favourite ride?
I would probably say Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
That or Star Tours, I think.
Correct answer.
That was a close second by the end. That was really good. We loved Star Tours so much. We went on it a second time afterwards, and it was totally different to the first time. And we had no idea it was going to be different. We expected it to be the same, but they had a totally different, what's the phrase? It was, if I haven't described it already, it was like a 4D cinema experience, and it's like you're in a little tour ship going through the galaxy and whatnot. But then you get attacked by Darth Vader and everything starts kicking off, and the whole shuttle moves and shakes around. But the second time was a totally different video to the first time, and it took you to different places with different effects. It was
I wonder how often they change it. Is it like one a day, or is it like one an hour? Like, or is it just like on a rotation? Like, I wonder how, like, what's the rotation to get different ones, and how many different ones do they have?
That's what I'm wondering. Next time I'll have to keep going until I know
go
I've
round,
seen them all.
around. Get the fast pass and just go round again. Yeah.
But yeah, that was obviously the highlight. But it's tied. It's a 3-way tie, honestly, between Disneyland, going to the top of the Eiffel Tower, and seeing those incredible views.
That was crazy. I was a little bit scared to do that.
It was nuts, wasn't it? It was so high up. Oh my god. And obviously quitting my job, kind of a big one. Between those 3 things, best 2 weeks ever. So yes, we do apologise again for this episode being a few days late, but we warned you last time, so suck it up.
It's late, but it's also a bit longer to make up for it.
Exactly. It's a bonus 1-year anniversary episode full of good news. So there we go. Add more fireworks. So yeah, life is good. Life is stressful, but in a good way.
Will we be back uninterrupted in 2 weeks' time?
Let's find out.
Yes.
Yeah. Back to normal.
That's fine.
Cool.
We'll be here.
That's good to know.
Touch wood. Quick.
Ideal. So yeah, Sunday the 3rd, we'll be back for the next episode. And 2 weeks after that, we'll be very close to life-changing movements.
In both you quitting your job and us moving house?
Yeah.
The only other thing we didn't mention...
Your face just lit up.
Sorry,
what is this?
This is a long episode, but we did have a few days off before we went to Disney, and we did so much packing to move house.
Oh yeah, we did.
Because of Disney, that feels like another lifetime ago.
It does. It really does.
But we moved everything out of the attic of ours and unboxed it, reboxed it, cleaned it, put it away, said what room it's going into.
Yep. That was full on.
So we didn't film any of that.
No, we should have. I thought that afterwards. I was like, damn, why didn't we do that?
We can film us moving it all.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the only other thing that we did.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest part done, really, in terms of the send.
Yep. That's it.
Then we're good.
We're largely
we can
prepped.
move. We have boxes ready to go.
Yep. Still a few more things to pack. The things we're using here a bit more, but...
That's all right.
It's all good, isn't it? Come together. Ideal.
Perfect.
High five. Success. Happy 1 year, baby.
Yeah. Happy 1 year creative quest.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like we're on our way for the creative quest.
Definitely. We have to come up with new goals at this point. Give it 6 months, it's all going to be very different again.
We'll see.
That's it. So again, thank you very much for spending your time with us over the last hour. We really appreciate all of your time and your attention. And again, if you have any questions or feedback for us whatsoever, email us at creativequestcontact@gmail.com or just leave comments in YouTube and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Until then, we're out of here. So we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.